Hello, hello. Welcome my Facebook and my YouTube family to Celestial Guidance by Bebe. Today we are not doing free psychic readings. For that, you guys need to come on Mondays and on Saturdays. Today we are going to have open discussion. Let's have a chat. Let's talk about being an empath and how it impacts us and our daily life to be an empath. Let's talk about boundaries. Let's talk about self-worth. Let's talk about spiritual topics. I really want to discuss all this with you guys and share with you guys my experience. So, hello, Kenny. I see you over there. Why don't you come and join me at Celestial Guidance by Bebe, where it's much easier for me to see your comments over here on YouTube. So, hey, Samba, creator, Hannah, how are you guys? Nice to see you guys here tonight. So, let me tell you why. Because there's always, when I do these lives like this, there's always a reason behind it. There's always something that happened that triggered me, that made me go, okay, if I'm going through this and I know because I have my toolbox of things, I was able to handle this. I know that there are other people out there that are also going through this and perhaps might not have those tools. So tonight, I want you to go grab your coffee if you just waking up in the morning, or go grab your wine, or in my case today, I just really need to hydrate, so I'm only drinking water today. And I want us to discuss what's been going on with me, and I want to hear from you. Tell me, I want you to tell me what's going on in your life. How is being an empath has impacted your life, especially right now? A lot of people are going shopping and the malls are jam-packed with people. So how are you responding to all that extra stimulation? What are you doing? You know, we always have tools of things that we can do at home, but what about when we're not at home? What about when we are being triggered, which is really what happens, and we're not at home? What is going to be the tools that we take out of our toolbox to help us get through those moments? So start writing in those comments. I want to hear from you. I want to know your experiences. Share what your tools are, because they may be able to help me as well as they're able to help others. Monica, come over here and join us at Celestial Guidance by Bebe on YouTube, where I can actually see your comments much better. And for everyone else on Facebook, come join us. So let me take a quick look to see at the comments here. And let's get into this conversation. All right, guys, let's see. I am doing well. I am doing well, but I have to say that I haven't necessarily been well. I'm doing well because I have techniques that help me through those moments that, and no better way of putting it, but I'm not doing so well. So, okay. Okay. One second, guys. No, not that one. Oh, erase it all? Okay. Okay, guys, so give me a second. Hey, and in the meantime, while we get into this, why don't you guys start sharing this with your friends, anybody who feel that it can benefit from this conversation, and also share it with your social medias, Instagram, Facebook. At the moment, we're going to try to share it in our Facebook. So I'm trying to remember my password. That's what's happening here. So let me see if I got this right. I've had to change it so many times, I don't even know. Try these. Yes, no, it's Yahoo. So maybe that's why. Here. Okay. So back to you guys. Boy, that got bright there for a second. So let's see. I was so excited for today's live about being an empath because I am one too, and it comes with amazing positives, but also can be so draining. And that's actually the part I want to discuss because the positive things about it, we can just enjoy. And, like you said, it's positive. It's getting us through the harder times, the drainingness, the being triggered parts that I want to discuss today. Oh, yeah. Yes, I know. I'm always drinking water and I'm always encouraging you guys to drink water because, well, one, that helps drastically when it comes to, let's put some music on here. That helps drastically when it comes to getting in touch with our spirituality, but it also helps us with not being hungry. It helps us with our metabolism. It helps us in so many ways that water is for me life. Water is life. And water is life. So you can actually use water for manifestation, just so you know. FYI. Let's see. Hey, Ashley, how are you? Samba says, I want to talk about soulmates, soul contracts, twin flames, and soul families, along with the misconceptions. All right. You know what? That is such a big subject, Samba, that maybe we can make a whole Wednesday talk on that. And we can focus our attention and our time on that. What do you think? I'm actually going through a realization that I don't just need to offer the goods in the relationship, that I have much more to offer. And I'm realizing that I'm having the same cycle with this guy. That's good to realize because as soon as you're able to realize that you are in a cycle, that you are following a pattern, you can decide to stop yourself in any part of that cycle or pattern and choose a route that is better for you, that benefits you. Monica says, how are you, Bebe, with it being the holidays? Hey, Monica. So I am doing well. How am I doing? Actually, we're going to get into that in just a second. See, I'm super sensitive. I can be affected by the tiniest frequencies. I'm sensitive. I believe that the major sensitivities due to being one with harmonic tones of the dimensions. I'm currently dealing with a lot in my heart space. Okay, so as I mentioned, let's go ahead. It will take an entire Wednesday to cover that. Yes, it would. Yes, it would. So that's what I'm saying. You know what? That's not a quick answer. Let's go ahead and make a Wednesday out of it, and we'll have a whole day of just talking about, well, maybe not a whole day, but a whole live talking about soulmates, soul contracts, soul families, twin flames, and all that jazz. So let's actually get talking about what the topic was for today. So why did I want to talk about this? What triggered me to want to discuss this with you guys is the fact that on Sunday, I was having a great day. I went to Universal Studios with my family. You guys will hear me say that I go to Universal Studios or SeaWorld a lot. We have annual passes, and I love going to theme parks. Love it. I'm a people watcher. I love watching people, how they act, how they carry themselves, what they wear. And it's not that I'm judging. It's just so interesting for me to see it in theme parks, because in theme parks, you don't just get the races that you're accustomed in your area. You get races from all around the world. And it's so beautiful to see people from all around the world. So try that without the 28, the first one. Okay. And so this Sunday we were there, and I wasn't there for more than an hour. And all of a sudden, I started to feel like I could not breathe. I was like, I don't know what's going on. And I just tried to start breathing deeply. And I was like, okay, why am I feeling like this? We get into the next line and we're in line and everything is fine, or so I think. And the further and further we go into this line, the more and more I feel like I can't breathe. Like I'm starting to hyperventilate a little here, or I'm really not doing so well. And it really just spun out at me from nowhere, or so I thought. So I said, okay, I need a break, guys. I'm going to take a moment. I'm going to step outside. And when you guys get to this part of the line, call me and I'll join you. So that gave me at least a good 20 minutes. So I got out of the line and I went to an area where there was less people. And this is what I mean. I'm in public. I'm being triggered. I can't go and meditate the way I would if I was home, right? So this is not something where I can go, okay, guys, if you're being triggered, go see about meditating. No, we can't meditate. We're in the midst of it all. What do we do? What is something that you can do that can help you in this kind of moment? Well, let me share with you what I did. So what I did was I put my hands above my head. This opens up your lungs and allows you to be able to intake deeper breaths. I turned my head towards facing like the bushes, right? So that way I have less sensory going on. It is now, but instead of doing a wall or something like that, I chose the bushes because the bushes are nature. And being in nature makes me feel more at ease. If you're in a building, look for the local plant. Whatever you can. Look for the pool. If you're somewhere like that, look out the window. If it's, where you can actually see out into the sky. But look for something that can bring you back to that center. So I put my hands above my face, my head. I turned around to not face anybody. And I took a deep breath in and I held it. And as I held it, I focused on my heartbeat. And I just started to tell myself, it's safe. Whatever you're feeling will fade away. You're safe. Whatever I'm feeling will fade away. I'm safe. And I just kept repeating that in a calm tone in my head as I'm holding my breath. When I can no longer hold my breath, I release my breath, and as I release my breath, I also release my hands, and I go. And I try to just allow my hands to drop and allow the energy that I feel in between my hands to just escape. And I'm visualizing that energy going down into the earth. Like, Gaia, take this because at this moment, I can't handle this too much. I was able to control my breathing and my heart rate a bit at that moment. But I felt like, okay, if I don't do something more, I'm going to find myself triggered again. So this is where I say it's very important to have your toolbox. My toolbox consists of my medical marijuana in my oil format, which is very inconspicuous. Nobody has to know. I have it in my fanny pack. I have my license, so everything is good. And it consists of selenite. And yes, I know you guys hear me talk about selenite. Oh, here she goes again, selenite. But yes, selenite. I probably had this stick exactly in my pocket. And I grabbed this stick and I took it out of my pocket and it went right into my bra. If you're a guy, you can put it into your pocket of your shirt, or you can simply hold it in your hand and hold it next to you, close to you. But luckily, even though I don't have a lot of boobs, I still have a bra. And I can still stick it in my bra. So there it went. And I put it in my bra and I took my dropper, and now I just allowed myself to focus on different things. I brought myself present to the moment. So no matter where you're at, this is something that you can do as an empath if you're being triggered. go ahead and like narrow down your focus. So pick something you smell, pick something you taste, pay attention to something you see. Look for things that are going to bring you back to center. You can be anywhere and do these things. You know, if you are able to be somewhere where you can have some movement, roll your wrist, roll your ankles, do whatever you can to get some movement into your body. That's going to help that energy that is built up inside you to escape you and be able to. 1 second, guys. We're good? Okay. So we want to do something to let that energy flow through, but in a very gentle and peaceful manner. We can hum to ourselves. Humming is also very, very um, healing, as well as it's soothing, as well as is healing, as well as is soothing, as well as the fact that by doing this humming is something that, again, it's not a big deal. It's not something that you have to be home to do. You can do this anywhere and still get the same kind of results. So I'm going to take a moment. So that's what happened to me. That's what triggered me. And those are the things that I did. After about 20 minutes of really trying to be present. And I know it sounds like a lot, but I had the 20 minutes. If I had less time, then I would have worked with less time. But after about 20 minutes of working with myself that way and stepping away from everything, then I was able to get my composure and continue my day without any issues, without feeling triggered, and enjoy the rest of my day out in theme parks where I was surrounded by people. So, what actually happened? What triggered me? What triggered me was it was chaotic. So, we always go, but because we have annuals, we don't go during busy seasons. But for whatever reason, the park was really, really packed, and I wasn't able to even get through. It was like bumper cars. And so the constant stop and move around people and stop and move around people. That's what triggered me. I started to feel very claustrophobic. And so there was a reason, but because it was so overwhelming that I wasn't able to pick up on why I felt that way at that time. So I'm going to take a small pause because I do want to read these comments. I want to see what you guys have to say, what your experiences are, and let's continue to talk more about it, because now I want to talk more about like your experiences, and then I also want to discuss boundaries and self-worth and how all this plays a role. Hey guys on Facebook, Meg, how are you, babe? How are you doing? I hope you're doing better. I saw that you weren't doing so well. Just know I have been praying for you. If you'd like to join us, we are here at Celestial Guidance by Bebe on YouTube. And Lisa, I see you there as well. Come join us over here on YouTube, where I can see your comments quite easily and I can respond to you. It says, let me see. So you're saying you're watching while in the hospital, you are in rejection. Ooh. Well, girl, I will continue to light my candle for you, and I will continue to pray for you, because I know that you can definitely use it, but luckily you are such a amazing human being that everybody loves you and everybody does send you prayers, and you have a strong prayer team. So we're here for you, girl. YouTube, let's take a look at these comments and let's see. All right, let's see. Where are we? The creator says, yeah, so I'm using my journal to describe the cycle, then change it by affirming what I want to change. I can go live and talk about that after my elemental series. Oh, so you're doing an elemental series on your channel? Always tag me or send it to me on Messenger. I will for sure always watch, okay? I love supporting you guys. Brianna, I think I'm dealing with karmic family members and karmic friends. That's possible. I don't know exactly the situation, but that is possible. I have to upload one for water, earth, and air. Brianna says Universal Studios is fun. It is a blast. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love being able like to pretend I'm in a completely different world every time I step into a different section. I get like that around a lot of people. Actually, the first time I went to Universal Studios, I was irritated in the line and really mad after a while. So with so many people around. So yeah, and that's easy to happen at the grocery store when you're stuck in line, when at the mall when you're stuck, when there's a lot of people, or like a theme park. It can really happen anywhere. So it is important we that we always have that toolbox. And I literally carry in my back, like in my fanny pack, I carry my toolbox with me. Like if something ever goes to happen, I'm always like, okay, I'm having an anxiety attack, I'm having a panic attack. What do I have on hand? I always have selenite, and because it's my number one, I swear by it, guys. If you don't have yourself at least one of these, dude, get yourself one. They're super inexpensive and they help so much with not absorbing people's energy. Like it will neutralize those energies so quickly. And in addition to neutralizing those energies, it relaxes your system. So whether it's a muscle that got injured, or whether it's your emotions that are all over the place, or whether it's a headache, as long as it's not a migraine, just like a tension headache, this is it. This is my baby. So this can happen at all time. And if you have yourself, whether it's your essential oil, maybe some of you guys would like to carry around a little bottle of lavender, and you just open it up, smell it, put it on you. Peppermint, if you're finding yourself feeling, like you're feeling nauseous because you're just so overwhelmed that you're feeling sick to your stomach, having some peppermint. I carry gum, so things like that. You want to have a little toolbox in your own pocket, in your own purse, in your own car, that you can go to help you when you find yourself triggered and you're in public and you don't really have time to process the whole thing and figure out why you're having it and what's going on. You can do that later, because you will need to do that later. But in that moment, you want to have something to be able to cope with. And these are some of the things that you can use to cope with. Let's see. Um, the creator says, I know I need more tools for public use. I use crystals because breathing isn't my forte. Crystals, there you go again. That's another idea of other things you can use. So as you guys see, I use my selenite. You guys can use other different types of crystals as well. I would urge you to look to see what you find yourself drawn to. How does it make you feel? If you're not the type of person that feels a certain way with crystals, maybe you'll feel that way with different herbs. Or maybe you would feel that way with a certain color. If it's a color, maybe, say for example, it's blue, right? So say like this color is soothing to me. Maybe I would get like a cloth, like a small little cloth, right? And I would have it in my bag. And I would know that when I'm feeling triggered, I would take it out and I would focus on the color blue as I did my breathing, because it's something that would bring me back to center. Use your senses. Your senses will help you recenter yourself when you are being triggered. Okay. Let's see. Um, Monica says, hello, Sir Mix. Crystal, removed yourself one of your suggestions to me removed yourself. Oh, one of your suggestions to me many times. Yes. And something else that it's very important as an empath, whatever the situation is, the closer we are to the situation, the more we're going to feel the angst of it. If it's another person's emotions, if it's a situation where there's just a lot of people and a lot of energies, regardless of what it is, If you are feeling like there, remove yourself, and put yourself in a different place. Even if it's just leaving the room, even if it's going outside, or if you can afford to get in your car and go somewhere else, do that too. However it is, but removing yourself from the physical location is absolutely one of the best things you can do, because the further away you are from the physical situation, the better you are able to get yourself back to center. Also, you want to take into consideration that, let's say it was an argument that was happening. Those people left from that space where the argument was happening, but now that space holds that energy. So if you stay in that space, you are going to feel that energy. So again, is the better we can remove ourselves from those energies, the faster we are able to recenter ourselves from being triggered. Let's see. Um, where are we? Yeah, gotta go during weekdays and not holidays. Yeah, weekdays are definitely better. Do you live around here, Brianna? Maybe we can go one day together. How awesome would that be? I would love that. I would get me so excited. It would be like we could take pictures and we could be like, "Hey, everybody, look at me, Brianna!" Woo, woo. I would love it. Let's see. I have used 543 for anxiety a few times. It helps if someone talks you through, though. You're right. But we don't always have the luxury to have someone talk us through it. And sometimes, actually, having someone talk us through it is not beneficial, because somehow, somewhere along the lines, our brain, I've seen this so many times. The more someone tries to help us, the more anxious we get, because we become resistant to that help. It's like we are so stuck on how we're feeling, and that we lose, like we're kind of like scattered, and we're not able to really center. We're not really able to appreciate that. So youtube YouTube is the way to go. And what I mean with that is so many videos to help you, so many affirmation videos, so many meditation videos, so many videos of just sounds, nature sounds, things that to help you. I mean, really huge, 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 huge. Just this morning, so lately, I have been waking up, as I mentioned before, I've been waking up feeling really anxious, like first thing in the morning before I even start my day. And before I say anything, I wake up and I can already feel that pressure. So I've had to do extra meditations in the morning just to get myself back to neutral before I even start my day. So what have I been doing? I've been using affirmations in the morning. I use my chi machine. My chi machine is a machine that you put your legs on it and it vibrates you. So it gets pretty much like saying, it's almost like when if you do this motion, right? But it's doing it this way and it's just shaking you. And so it moves the vibrations around in your body. But as I'm doing this, I'm hearing affirmations. you know, I am having a successful day. I am feeling great today. I am grateful for the day that I am having. Today, I used, remember I mentioned, guys, Joanna Marie Official? I put the link on the last video that I talked about it last Wednesday. I'll put the link again this time. Today, I actually used, let me see if I can get on here and look at my history real quick. And I can show you guys what I used this morning. Where is it? This is what I used. I used daily success affirmations. And it's titled, Listen Every Day, I Am Affirmations for Success. Oh, look, guys, listen. Listen to this girl.
I believe I can do anything. Everything that is happening now is happening for my ultimate good. Everything that is happening now is happening for my ultimate good. I am the architect of my life. I am the architect of my life. My ability to conquer challenges is limitless. My ability to conquer challenges is limitless. My potential to succeed is infinite.
So this is the one I did this morning. And as you guys can hear, her voice is like butter. It's so soothing. And her affirmations, her meditations, her videos, I I love her work. I'm such a huge fan. And I have found that her videos have really been helping me through my anxieties in the morning, and just like that, there's so many out there. There's just so many. I have a few with the breathing techniques. I don't feel that I have a very soothing voice, so I don't do things like this, but there's so many out there. So if you don't have someone, don't feel alone. Don't feel like, oh, I don't have somebody in my life, so that means that I can't do this, or I don't have the support. Be your own support. Know that your angels are there, your spirit guides are there to help you, to guide you through this. You're never alone, but it is going to take you for you to make the decision that I am going to make a choice, that I am going to make a change, that things are going to be different. And no one can make you do it. So, really, it's a day to day, moment to moment decision that I do not want to be in this space. And I will do whatever I have to do to not be in this space. So, that is something that is very important as well. Hey guys, on Facebook, come join me at Celestial Guidance by Bebe on YouTube, where we are having conversation today about being an empath and different tools and techniques and things that you can use to help you with coping when being triggered when you're out in public. So let's see what else you guys have to say here. Brianna says, California, oh my God, that'd be so much fun. Yes, a chi machine. Have you ever heard of that, guys? Have you guys ever heard of a chi machine? You may use that one. Do you guys want the link? I'll share it with you guys if you guys want the link. By all means, please go subscribe to her channel and support her channel because she's phenomenal. Amazing. I could feel her voice has strong vibrations. It's just amazing. She's just amazing. She watches the lives after because she's always our time frames don't match because she's a teacher. But yeah, you want it? Let me give it to you. Let me go get it right now. Let me go get it. Let me see if I can find. She's probably in my subscriptions. Let me see about this. So what do you guys do? What is it that you guys do to help you when you are having issues? When you're feeling yourself like, I'm being triggered and I'm in public and I don't know what to do. What do you run to? Do you even have your own toolbox? How do you guys proceed? Tell me in the comments. I want to know. How do you guys proceed? In the meantime, I'm going to go find you this. I am looking for her channel here. There's no, it's not an ABC order or anything. Oh, this sucks. It's all over the place. Much harder to find. All right, let me try. this. I know I'm going to find it here. Oh, here it is. Here it is. So I'm going to come over here, share, copy. And I'm sharing the exact video with you guys. This is the link to that video that I just shared with you guys. Annabelle, hello. Vark Tech. What is that about? Uh-oh, don't tell me we have a... Do we have a troll? I hope not. All right, so now let's get into the next topic. Let me see. Hey, Brittany, how are you, baby? Well, I'm glad you're here, late or not. Actually, I was just sharing a link. That link is to a video that somebody else made. Her channel is Joanna Marie Official, and it's about I am affirmations, and her voice is just amazing, and her like affirmations are so helpful, at least for me they are. So I was sharing it with everybody. So by all means, if you want to copy it and save it, Brittany, do so. You'll love her. You'll love her. Actually, I'll let you hear her voice real quick once again, just so you can see what I was talking about. Let's play her.
My potential to succeed is infinite. I can achieve greatness. I can achieve greatness. I am brimming with ambition.
So that was the channel that I was talking about, and the affirmations. And just so you have like an update of the conversation, we've been actually talking about, as an empath, like the different tools and techniques that we can use when we're out in public. And we're like, we're finding ourselves feeling triggered at that moment. What is something that you do, Brittany, when you're out in public and you find yourself as an empath being triggered? What is a technique that you use? I know she's awesome, isn't she? That's why I shared the link so you guys can go watch and look through her stuff, because she has so many. She's really awesome. And it's honestly one of my favorite channels. One of them. There's another one. It's all about feng shui. Oh my God, I can't remember her name right now. But I'll share that with you guys again one day. Actually, we'll talk about how feng shui impacts all this too one day. Hi, Irene. How are you? VOAFYI. I don't know what you guys are saying. So hopefully nothing bad. Okay, so moving on. Let's go ahead and now let's talk about boundaries. So, people pleasers. People pleasers. Do we have a lot of people pleasers in this chat? If you're a people pleaser, give me a little emoji, any kind of emoji. Just give me a little emoji if you find that you are one of those people pleasers. Brittany is actually amazing at these kind of topics. And when she goes live on Facebook, and she is just phenomenal, the wisdom this woman has. Breathing is always first whenever being triggered in any way, then probably just setting up boundaries. Right where we're going. Ashley, Walters, Brittany, you guys find that you are people pleasers. I can't imagine I only have 2 here. Okay, we have 3 people pleasers. Brittany, you should share your Facebook stuff. Yeah, share it so that way they can follow you, and then they can learn from you and your life and your experience, because you kick ass, and yeah, everybody can really benefit from listening to you. So sometimes I'm a people pleaser or a people pleasure. I think you meant people pleaser, right? Okay, so let's get into that. My beautiful people pleasers. Did you know that the desire to please people comes from our childhood? It comes from feeling like we are not given the attention that we need, the attention that we want. It comes from feeling like in the only way that we're really going to feel accepted or loved is by doing for others, by making others feel good. We feel that if they feel good, then they're gonna want to make us feel good. And unfortunately, it doesn't always work that way. It should, but it doesn't. So, what we are looking at, love you, bye. Okay, back to us. So, what we are looking at is setting boundaries. So, as people pleasers, we have to ask ourselves with every action that we take, are we doing this for what is the motive? What is the motive? Why are we trying to be on this person's good side or that person's good side? What is the motive? When we can detect what the motive is, we then want to look at that motive and analyze it. Okay, is this really for me? Is it really for them? Because one of the things that is, as we've talked, okay, we talked about having our toolbox, right, when we're out in public. But how do we stop getting triggered? Well, that is something that is a long term process. That is our journey, our healing journey. We have to work through our healing. And learning to not be a people pleaser is part of our journey, it's part of our lessons. We have to learn to set boundaries and realize that, again, what is the motive? Why did we do that? What did we really get out of that? And what ends up happening if we don't put boundaries there, and I'm going to talk about the boundaries exactly in just a second. If we don't put boundaries there and we continue to give and to give and to give, that's going to be like my water bottle here where I drink and drink and drink and it ends up being empty. Because as I said, we don't always get that same reception. Like we don't get that same feedback. We give, but we don't always receive. And the more we give, the more people get accustomed to receiving without giving. And I'm not saying you shouldn't be the type of person who gives. I'm saying make sure that if you are giving, it's because you have no expectations of receiving anything in return. You have no desire to receive anything in return. And the mere act of giving is what is making you feel good. If what you're seeking is some form of love, affection, attention, or approval, then that is not the right motivation for your actions. That should let you know that you need to be taking care of you and setting those boundaries and not thinking about what they want. It's not your job to make them happy. It's my job to make me happy. It's your job to make you happy. It's Jose's job to make Jose happy. Everybody is accountable for their own happiness. And that goes, you find that happiness through your journey, through healing your journey. So let's go ahead and get a little bit into the actual boundaries, the different things that I'm discussing with boundaries. But before we do, hey, Facebook, come join me on Celestial Guidance by Bebe, where we're doing our YouTube Live. And let's see here with you guys, what do you guys have to say? Lisa says, I have to carry water with me all the time. I have to do deep breathing, trying to focus on a picture if there is on there, but more or less I have to leave. I get too overwhelmed. As you guys always hear me, hydration. Hydration is so huge. If there's anything else that I would say, you guys, like, pay attention. Does your mouth start feeling like, do you start feeling like you're a little thirsty? Do you realize that when you start to feel thirsty, all of a sudden now you're starting to feel like you want to throw up, like you're like you just like really starting to feel sick to your stomach? If your body is not hydrated, it's not going to help the situation. And something very important for you to know, in case you didn't already know, today's water is tomorrow's hydration. So you can't just go, oh, I'm feeling dehydrated, I'm going to drink water, and then in that moment you're going to get not as thirsty. But sometimes you notice how you drink and drink and drink and you're still thirsty, is because the day before you didn't get enough liquids, you didn't get enough water. And sometimes it's not the water intake, okay? Because the electrolytes is going to be what keeps that water in your system. So sometimes it's not just about drinking water. Sometimes it's drinking water and putting a little salt, or, not that I would recommend, but for the majority of people, if you drink a little bit of Pedialyte, or if you drink a little bit of Gatorade or Powerade or any of the other drinks that have electrolytes, or put in, like I said, a little Himalayan salt in your water, just enough to get those electrolytes in and staying in, that's going to help you. Let's see. How is Star and her minions? Star is doing really, really good. She's actually somewhere in the house. She has a bedtime at 10, so about 10 something, I'll probably be going to bed, well, putting her to bed myself. Hey, Miriam, how are you? You say, I call this fact checking the situation. I think I'm somewhat an empath, as usually all humans have a level of empathy, but not the level of spiritual empath described. I wouldn't necessarily call this a spiritual empathy, to be honest, because um, it's just sometimes I'm just triggered because I'm around a lot of people and I get claustrophobic. And I wouldn't call that like a spiritual type of empathy. I would just say there's a lot of physical energies in my surrounding, physical bodies in my surrounding, which make me feel like I'm closed in. So I wouldn't, but then there is, of course, other more spiritual aspects of being an empath, for sure. Hey, Suman, how are you, sweetie? Yeah, most definitely hydrate. As I jug my water, laugh aloud. And as I jug mine. And I got my second bottle right here, guys. No joke, no joke. Just did a quick Facebook post of my ultra space. I'll take a look at it when we get off. Okay, so boundaries. Now you guys share with me, what kind of boundaries do you guys set in place? Here are some that I set in place to help myself when being triggered. I'm just going to call it being triggered. When we're as an empath, many things can be the cause of our trigger. Sometimes it could be loud noises. Sometimes it could be, like in my case, close areas of feeling claustrophobic. I learned that in a past life, I had actually been choked, or not choked, I've been hung. And so it made a lot of sense when I found that out, because anything close to my face, I start like, and when there's a lot of people near me, depending on if everything is flowing, I'm good. But if it's stagnant, then that's when I'm not so good, because then I start picking up on other people's emotions as well. And before you know it, I'm a mess. But that's why selenite, so that I don't pick up on people's emotion, and then they can keep their own emotion. You want to be sad, you be sad. I don't want to be sad for you. No, thank you very much. I have my own sadness. It's like we all have our own crap going on. I'm sure none of us want to be dealing with Jose's crap and Peter's crap and Susie's crap just because they're going through it. Now, if they're a friend and we're close to them, that's a different thing, you know? We can choose to want to be there. But just because, Jose's having a bad day walking down the aisle at Walmart, I don't want to pick up Jose's issues. No, no, thank you. I have enough of my own. I'm sure you guys feel the same way, right? You have enough of your own problems to be dealing with anybody else's. So, what kind of boundaries do you guys set for yourselves? Let me know in the comments what those boundaries are. In the meantime, my boundaries. Okay. So for me, some of the boundaries that I set is where do I draw the line of my kids? Because that's something that, obviously kids they can be triggering. So where I draw the line. So there is like, okay, you guys can push it so far, but at some point, like a physical disrespect, like if you talk back to me, you cross that line, as an example. So we can have discussion, we can disagree. We can, like, I'm the type of parent that I don't expect my kids to agree with me just because I say something. I expect them to respect me, and that's where I set those boundaries. But they don't have to agree with me, and we can have a healthy discussion about it. um but I set that as a boundary, and if they cross that boundary, they know that they will trigger me, and that my attitude will change drastically. How about around family members? I don't seem like I have to set boundaries as often anymore. But when I did have to set it, when it was an issue for me to be out of the closet, as far as my witching stuff, because my mom, it took a little bit for her to come around. She just doesn't like the word witch. She feels that it has a negative connotation, which I understand. A lot of people do see it that way, but because people see it that way, she wants to like use any other word than that, and it took her a moment to come around to that. Other things she still can't. But in those scenarios, I just say, Mom, it's okay. We can agree to disagree. And that's my boundary. You are allowed your opinion, but you are not allowed to enforce it upon me. So that means that if I don't like it, I am welcome to get up and walk away. Let's say I'm in a party and I'm just not vibing. I don't allow myself, I set those boundaries. I don't allow myself to just sit there and deal with not feeling comfortable. I say, excuse me, thank you, but I have to go. It's nobody's business why I have to go. I have to go. And I take the space, the time to process for myself. If it's something like a theme park, as I mentioned, you know, the boundaries are set that if I'm feeling claustrophobic, if I'm feeling overwhelmed, we have to stop. There's no like, oh, well, this or that. No, we have to stop. And mom has to come first for like 10, 15 minutes, whatever, until I pull it together, and then we can continue. But what I'm putting into place, I'm trying to say here, is that all my boundaries surround about me saying stop. And I heard something today that I want you guys to take with you. The word no is a complete sentence. And when I heard that, I was like, yo, that cannot be more true. No is a complete sentence. It does not need to be followed with because blah, 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 blah. And as people pleasers, we tend to do that. We want to give an excuse, a reason, an understanding so people don't feel bad of why we're making the decisions we're making. But at the end of the day, no means no. And no is a complete sentence. So it means stop. I need a moment to regroup. And once I have regrouped, I will decide at that point if I want to stick around or if I want to head out. And that's how I proceed. And once I make my decision is final. If I am in a work environment, it has happened too, and I can't go, I go to the bathroom and I do what I call, actually, I was taught by my boss. It's a 60-second meditation. Um, I count up to 60 and then I count down to like from 60 down to zero. And once I do that, I I feel myself more centered. With every number I say, I focus on my breath and that number. And so I still take that moment to regroup. I don't care. Something that he told me. It doesn't matter how crazy things may seem. At the end of the day, the business is still going to exist. It is still going to be there no matter what or who's upset, no matter what customer. It doesn't matter. You need to be able to take care of you first in order for you to take care of anyone, that being your kids, that being your employees, that being your family. It doesn't matter. You have to come first. If you can't take care of yourself first, like they tell you on the airplane, if you don't put that mask over you first, you ain't gonna be able to take care of everybody else. So also, as people pleasers, we forget to take care of ourselves. We're so busy making sure that everybody and everything else is okay and feeling comfortable that we completely forget to bother to take care of us. And we got to get ourselves in check. So, something that I do is I check myself often because I forget often, all the time. As a matter of fact, I forget all the time to take care of myself. And luckily, I have beautiful best friends like Brittany, like Gloria, that help keep me in check and remind me that that it's okay for me not to feel okay, that it's, that I have to drink my water and have my nutrition. And we remind each other of all these things that about meditation and movement, and we remind each other because at least one of us has something, on track at the same time. So then everybody else can learn from each other, so having a support system, a support group is also very important. This right here, Celestial Guidance by Bebe, this is your tribe. This is not about me. This is about an us. This is about an us being a family, about you coming in here and saying, I'm having a hard time. And we can send you energy and we can share positivity with you. That you can say, what should I do? And that not only I can make suggestions, but here in the comments, others can make suggestions. The whole point of this tribe that we're building here is for us to have a community, a safe place for us to come to, so that we can't have these open discussions, so that we can share and be that support and say, it's going to be okay. And eventually we'll do some Zoom calls and do this privately as well. And so that way we can bond even more on a more personal note. As I always tell you guys, and I'm putting it right here for you guys. Here is my Facebook. Okay, that is my name on Facebook. Go send me a friend request. But make sure that if you send me a friend request, you also send me a message saying, hey, this is so and so from YouTube. And I will accept your friend request. And if you ever need me, I will, at the very minimum, try to reach out back to you and respond to your question. Again, we're a family here, we're a tribe. And this is what I'm trying to build with you guys. So let's do this together. So that is what I mean with boundaries. So let me go ahead and take a look at the comments once again. And hey, Facebook, come over here and join us at Celestial Guidance by Bebe on YouTube, where we're talking about being an empath, how we can deal with this when we are in public and we're being triggered. We just talked about boundaries, and now we're going to be talking about self-worth. So let's look at these comments, and then we'll move on to the next part of the topic. All right, let's see. What do we have here? Oh, we have lots of comments. This is great. I put tablespoons in my water, tumbled stones in my water. Yeah, already tagged you in a BB. Okay, awesome. I put energy, boundaries, and I suggest training your aura to become extension and be a great weapon and offender. That's actually something, you know what, creator, I'm so glad you brought that up. That is something that I don't tend to do for myself, but that is definitely something that I do for my kids. And I don't know why I normally don't do it for myself, but I guess in the moment, it's just not something that comes to me. But putting an energetic bubble of protection around yourself before you even go into that party, into that workspace, that will also help you from absorbing other people's energies. And of course, there's other things as well, like saging, so that you're cleansing your aura, you're cleansing your energy field, and using Palo Santo, which raises the vibration of your energy field. So there's also things like that you can do. And I definitely do that for the kids, especially when we have a lot of spiritual activity in the house and they find that they're feeling like they're bothering them and stuff. I will do that for them. But for whatever reason, I don't really tend to do that for myself. But it's nevertheless a great idea and another idea for you guys to try at home or out in public before you even go there. Let's see what else we have here. Usually, if something triggers me, I just leave because I've learned to detach myself or not respond to conflict. Growing up in a uh, um, okay, bad environment home. Can't even read the word. Do you wear selenite and amethyst and black tourmaline necklace? I do not. I don't wear them as necklace, and I'll tell you why. I have found that those little itty bitty necklaces, they don't do anything for me. Again, this is the size that I like. I have smaller ones, but the size is like ideal for me. You have to see what works for you, what size works for you. But this is the size that works for me. So I like this one. It's perfect for my hands when I'm transferring energy or clearing that. I like it. It's in my pocket. It's easy to find, to reach. If it's in my purse, it's easy to find again. And it doesn't fall out of my bra. So I love it. Let's see what else. Oh, I also carry black tourmaline on my bracelet. Hematite is another one that people use on their bracelets. I have heard great things about them, but I personally don't use it because I work a lot with my hands. And so if I'm doing a reading, it's clack, 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 clack. So as a matter of fact, I was just wearing my rose and then I kept doing this. So I was like, forget it. It's not for me. Bracelets are not for me. Let's see what else we have here. Sorceress is another word for a witch. Yep. See, what it means to be a witch is simply that you practice magic. That's it. If you do any kind of magic, then you are technically considered a witch by definition. You practice the craft. It doesn't mean that you worship anything, or you can be an agnostic, you can be atheist, you can be Christian. It just means you practice the craft. It doesn't mean anything else, and it's not associated with any specific religion. So I would consider myself spiritual. I do follow the path of Wicca, but generally speaking, I would consider myself just spiritual, and I would consider myself a witch because I do practice the craft. So let's see. The creator says, have her use energy practitioner because witches are smart channelers to craft the wisdom and knowledge with understanding of energy. Um, I put distance between me and my dad, boundaries, because he is not the same. He's not a good dad or a papa anymore since my mom died. I feel uncomfortable, so I try not to be around him now, especially with SP. Okay, TSD. Well, that's good. If you know that someone triggers you, if you know that being around that person is only going to make matters worse, then yes, it is best for you to distance yourself. And sometimes people feel like, oh, well, is this going to be forever? Well, no, it doesn't have to be forever, but it does have to be for as long as you feel you need it so that you are in a place where you can handle being around that person, where being around that person doesn't impact you. And if that day never comes, then it never comes. But more cases than not, if you want it to come, it can come, because it's on you whether or not you allow yourself to continue to be triggered. But it's not like, oh, I just decide I'm not going to be triggered, so I'm not going to be triggered. No, it's not like that either. It's something that you have to work through. You have to do the healing. You have to do the work. And as you do that healing and you do that work, the more you'll see things from another perspective that will allow you to be able to, I won't say have relationships, but I will say be casual, be present in the presence of those that once triggered you, but no longer have the power over you that they once did. And of course, don't allow yourself to be around situations or people that you know are not healthy for you. Miriam says, to be honest, I got annoyed of carrying crystals on me all the time because I have a tendency to sleep with my jewelry and it's getting wet when you wash the dishes. So I'm learning to turn my aura into some even more. SMTH. What does that stand for? I'm not sure. Let me know. Powerful than any other crystals. Um, Whereas Crystal says, I put a boundary between the relationships I tried to have with my father and myself. I used to allow his lack of response totally break me down. This Thanksgiving, I could tell he was trying. I've actually had to set boundaries with my dad too, to be honest. I never really talk about my dad, but we're both Cuban, and my dad has a really strong personality, as I do. But here's the thing with my dad. He's right. No one knows any better. He's right. And no one knows any better. So there's no winning. You know what I mean? And the only thing he truly values is work and money. And if I'm not working and I'm not making money, then what am I like? It's almost like I'm not. He's never said this, but he really makes you feel like if you're not making money, what good are you? So, in a way, that's put some fire under my butt to kind of prove to him that I could be financially independent. It's put, some fire under my butt to prove that I didn't need help, that I didn't need anyone, that I can do this on my own. And I've never asked my parents for help, ever. I have always just figured it out. I've been homeless and I didn't live with my parents when I was homeless. I was pregnant with my daughter when I was homeless. I don't know if many of you guys know that or any of you guys know that, but I was. I had two doggies at the time. I was pregnant and I had my son who was 7 at the time. And even in those moments, I refused to go back to my parents and ask for help. And I lived in my car. And me and my ex-husband weren't together, so my son did go see his dad. And when he was there, he now when he talks about it, he's like, Mom, I never even knew. I thought we were on some adventurous, you always made it seem like it was just an adventure. The next place we would stay in and they let me, stay at that hotel for X amount of time frame. And so I just always kept it positive, kept it moving. But even at that moment, I didn't go. And the reason why is because even then, my dad said to me, if you come to this house, I'm a grown woman pregnant with my second child and all this stuff. And my dad was like, if you come here, you have, we're not going to take care of your kid unless you're working. And which is understandable. But then you have to be home by 10. And it's like, I have to be home by 10 and I have to get rid of my dogs. my children. I'm not getting rid of my children. And I'm not going to say I'm going to be home by 10 because what if I have to work later? Like what if I have to do a closing shift? Like what kind of stuff was that? So again, that shows kind of like the control that he tried to have. And um I had to set boundaries. I had to set boundaries with him. And it was really hard and really painful because my dad is actually my dad because he's raised me since I was a kid, but he's not my biological father. And so I was always afraid that if I and here comes a people pleaser, right? The people pleaser in me. I was afraid that if I didn't make him proud, that he could leave, that he could leave me, that he would no longer be my father, that he could make that choice because he wasn't biologically my father. And so that was always scary. So I always tried to be that breadwinner. I always tried to like work harder, work harder. And then I did it so much that I literally got myself physically ill. And I was like, Dad, I'm sorry. I can't do this. I can't be you. You want to wake up, work until you go to bed. I have to live life. I gotta make time for me. I have to set those boundaries. If I don't set those boundaries, I was proven. Okay, I learned this the hard way. I didn't learn to set boundaries because things were great and I heard it on YouTube. No, things were crappy and they sucked and I had to figure out a way. And I've always been a fighter. And so I fought my way through and I tried to figure out a way. And I did it again and again until I figured it out. And now I try to share my experiences with you guys in the hopes that maybe something I say will help you figure it out on your journey because we all have our own separate journey. And yeah, so bottom line, even with our own mothers, with our own fathers, we set those boundaries. And we set them because we need to set them. Because we can't live the life they want us to live. We can't live our life trying to appease them. Unfortunately, my kids are going to say the same thing to me. And I know that. And so I gotta let them trust themselves more than they trust me. I gotta let them believe in themselves more than they believe in me. I got to understand that they're their own humans, their own soul, and they are here for their own experience. And I'm only here to support them in that journey and not to try to control them in that journey, not to try to tell them what is the best way for their life to go. I have to trust that they'll know that for themselves. I can open those, I can open all the positive ways and say, hey, you can take this route, or this route. But at the end of the day, I can't judge them for the route they decide on because I know by personal experience, and I'm sure many of you do too, that that judgment just it just kills us. It kills us until we're able to like fight through that and come out the other end. But our lack of approval from our parents, I'm the black sheep in my family. I'm the rebel in my family. Here you have like, I'm the oldest. I'm like the wild child. I would go out as a young adult. I would just get in my car and travel and sleep on the highway if I felt like it. I didn't think, I lived on the beach by choice because I felt like it, to just because I wanted to wake up and see the sunrise right at the beach. And I did that for a whole year. Um, I I spoke up. I was always willing and able to say no. I don't feel like it. I don't want to. Things always had to make sense to me to listen. So I was rebel. I never wanted to do what was in because it was cool. I did what I wanted to do because it felt right. I was the witch. I was definitely the outcast. And it's taken everybody, not my cousins, but my aunts, my parents. It's taken them a long time to come to terms. Well, that's just Bebe. She's not going to be prissy and she's not going to do her hair all the time. Or it was like, um, I saw something on TikTok today says, I'm only hot part-time. You know, it's like I don't have time for a full-time job of being hot. Meaning like I don't do my makeup all the time. I don't do my hair all the time, you know. But does anybody really do that? And I guess some people do, but not the majority of us, right? Or am I alone in this? How many of you guys actually do your makeup and your hair and all that jazz every day of your life? My mom is that person who does that. My aunts are those people that do that. Me? No, no. I come as I am. And I come in my PJs a lot of the time. Yes, I do. So anyhow, I think I just went into like all kinds of stuff. I haven't even talked about self-worth, and that was actually the topic. Okay. Let me finish reading these comments because I'm crazy excited to see what you guys have to say. If you're on Facebook, come join me on YouTube at Celestial Guidance by Bebe. We're having great conversation over here. And I'm gonna get into self-worth because everything I've talked about has got me to the point of self-worth. We'll get to that in just a second. This tribe I need. If you are not subscribed, Lisa, make sure you are subscribing and hitting that notification, girl. So that way you can make sure you're here. And, I will continue to upload videos on Wednesday, but I'm going to make a point to continue to do these lives at least once or twice a month. And if I only do them once a month, I'll probably also do a Zoom that month just so that we can bond, and anyone will be willing that wants to come can come. It won't be an event where you have to pay. There's not going to be any catch to it. There's not going to be any sales pitch at the end. It's just going to be for us to get some girl bonding time and some guy bonding time. If you want one or the two males that watch. I had to. Oh, okay. Tammy says we love you. You know what? Let me go back up. Let me go back up. All right. Let's see. I had to do it because I work with powerful forces, white light. I do lesser protection, right? Invoking, calling upon the Archangel Uriel, Michael, Raphael, and Gabriel, and call upon the four corresponding elements and cardinal points to these four angels. I really suggest, if you're this sensitive, carry selenite with you. As a therapist who's constantly dealing with people's energy, selenite has been my lifesaver. I know I say this all the time, guys. You must be tired of me hearing selenite, right? You guys are tired. I'm sorry. But, the truth of the matter is, it really is a lifesaver. Let's see what else we have here. Hi, Shay. Welcome. I see that you're back. Or maybe you've been here the whole time, but you've been a little quiet. Indigo. Okay, so you're talking about stones, and I do lesser banishing. Lisa says, my boss triggers me triggers me big time. I've been off work for medical reasons. I will be returning with my bra loaded with my crystals in a few months. Oh, gosh. It's, what's making me laugh about this is that, I don't got boobs. There, I just don't got. Some of you girls, you're very blessed in this area, but I just don't got it. And, sometimes I don't wear a bra, and like I'll still put on, like I'll have like a sports bra on, and I'll have my crystals there, and you just see like rocks because there's so many, and you'll just see like poking rocks. It'll be like, it'll be like something like that. It'll be like, what is she holding in her bra? What is that in there? And it's so funny because you don't even realize it until you like come and you think you're looking all cute and you're looking yourself in the mirror, and all of a sudden you just see a whole bunch of rocks there. It's so funny. Oh man. Life. That's so funny. Let's see. My dad is the same way. He's never wrong, even when proved wrong. Yeah, when people believe they're never wrong, there's no proving them right. It's just is what it is. So why waste our energy trying to get them to see it our way? Why? What do we gain from arguing with the wall? Right? Nothing. So let's just, you know what? I'm just gonna not argue with the wall. Why give the wall anything to talk with? Because it's not gonna talk back anyhow. So yeah. Geez, harsh to hear that, Bebe. Bright side, he made you very successful and powerful witch. He did. He did, because he actually used to even tell me, he used to say this to me. He used to say, I had some guy friends in the neighborhood. And so I'm going to get very crude with the way I speak because this is the way he spoke to me. He says, "You know that guy? That kid who comes here every day to say hi and hang out with you? Yeah, he's not your friend. He just wants your ass." "Dad, he's my friend. He's just my friend." "No, none of these people are your friend. You want to see your friend? Let me show you your friend." He'd go in his wallet, he'd take out $1, and he'd say, "Show me the dollar." And he'd be like, "Let me see, let me pretend there's $1 here." He'd be like, "You see this dollar? You see this? This is your best friend. You go to jail? This is your best friend. You're hungry? This is your best friend. You're thirsty? This is your best friend. You need a place to live? This is your best friend. Anyone else? They don't care about you. They just want your ass." Dad. Crude? Hello? You should have heard the conversation when he found out that I was bisexual. I'll leave that one for another day. It didn't go well. It didn't. But, we're in different times, and it's not so hard now generally for people to accept. But, yeah, it didn't go well that time. But anyhow, he did. He made me very successful. He made me a very hard worker. He definitely built the fire in me to want to build for myself and provide for myself and not count on anyone else. But that comes with its flaws. And I've had to learn balance in life. Um, at least the doggies and son and you keep each other warm. Damn cookies. And my little boy that I had then, my doggie, he's the one who just turned 11. So goes to show, you know. Let's see. Tam says that's tough, baby. We all have our story, right? We all have gone through things. I'm no different than any other person. So it's this is my story. You have your story, and I do urge you. Speak my truth, by the way. She may not be here at the moment, but I don't know if you guys know this. I just found out she has a YouTube channel. And in her YouTube channel, she speaks her truth. And I saw it and I was like, oh my God, I didn't even know this girl had a YouTube channel. And when I went and I checked her out, and, of course, as you guys know, I always love supporting you guys. I was, watching her videos and commenting and encouraging her to continue to express herself, to continue to show up and continue to speak her truth. Because this is all part of our own journeys, our own story, our own healing. So, hey, if you want to check her out, and you never know, maybe you can say something that would be encouraging for her, or maybe you'll learn something from her of something she's trying. So her channel is exactly that, Speak My Truth. And when you guys see her on our comment section, you can just click on her name and it'll show you. Let's see. Brady says, my kids have said the same, that even though we have been through so many things, I have always found the best in it all. You really do. You really do. I know you want to move from that place, but I've been to your place. And I'm not saying, oh, no, don't go anywhere. Because, of course, you always want to continue growing. But your home doesn't feel like there's anything missing. Even when you are having troubles financially or anything, there's so much love and support there amongst your kids and among you, and so much freedom to feel, to express, to be, to just exist, that it's almost like it's the richest place. You may not have material stuff, but what you do have is so rich and so important and so powerful that success is only around the corner, no matter which way you look. It really is an amazing home to have and to be in. even without the luxuries. You were in survival mode. I know what you're saying, baby. I went through the same. See, we all have our story. Maybe one day you'll share yours. Um, Thank you for the big hugs, babe. And thank you for the love, Tammy. Hi, by the way. I am pro at Zoom. Are you? I am not pro at Zoom. I have not yet done my own Zoom call yet, but I will just for you guys. Just for you guys. I still haven't figured out even how. I think I have to create a link or something like that. But I'm going to wait until the community tab is up. So I found out that after I hit the 500 subscribers, which I finally did today, hopefully cross your fingers, YouTube won't take those away. And if I'm able to keep those 500 subscribers for at least a week, they'll let me use the community tab. And once I use the community tab, I'll open up a link there for us to meet at to do a Zoom. I'll try to do it at different times. Other things that I have in mind, and tell me what you guys think about this. I was thinking this morning, you know how I told you I had to do the affirmations and I've been waking up with anxiety and all that jazz, right? So this morning I thought I should just go live on Facebook and be like, hey guys, this is how I'm feeling. This is what's going on. So I'm about to do some yoga. I'm about to do some exercising and I'm about to do some meditation. You want to join me? By all means. And just going live and letting you guys join if you want to join, if you can join, if you're home. And just opening up my life a little more to you guys and the things that I do on my day in and day out. So if that's something you guys would be interested in, let me know because I don't know. I don't know. I'm so private about my personal life that I literally only use Facebook and YouTube as a business situation. But you guys are really becoming like family and it's really nice. You can't imagine how therapeutic this is for me today to come here. I couldn't wait to come and talk with you guys and just chat about whatever, but specifically this because this is what's been on my mind since Sunday. So let me know if this is something that interests you guys. Give me a little star emoji so that way I'm like, okay, yeah, there's an interest for it. And if there is, I will start doing it on Facebook. And once I hit my 1,000 subscribers and I can do it on my phone, I can go live on my phone on YouTube. I'll start doing lives on YouTube as well, just like that. Well, if I know I'm going to do a meditation, I'll let you guys know in advance. If not, I'll just pop up. And if you guys are available, you are. And if you're not, you're not. You can always join on it later. So let me know. If there's an interest, put a little star and I'll take a look at doing that. Lisa says, oh, I'm totally subscribed. Awesome. Auntie Cookie Storytime says, hey, I'm assuming that means girl. My water. Oh, no, it wasn't my water. Okay, good. I was like, oh, no, my water. Let me keep it here because I'm about done. Okay, let's see. Okay, perfect. You can teach me how to do Zoom. I would love that. I've been homeless 3 times, so I can relate. It's not easy. My pops told me the same thing. Your only friend is the money in your pocket. Hey, Roku, I don't believe I've met you before. Nice to meet you. Welcome to our tribe here at Celestial Guidance by Bebe. On Mondays and Saturdays, we do free psychic and donation-based readings. And on Wednesdays, we talk about law of attraction, manifestation, and all kind of conversations about mental health and anxiety, depression, coping with life. Let's just call it coping with life. So welcome to our tribe, babe. All right, let's see who else. I've been, let's see what else. Okay, we have, the creator says, hey, at least you don't have boob sweat. I know that's a problem for some ladies. I'm sure they don't mind their boob sweat. Do you girls mind your boob sweat? Dear BB, you're beautiful in all of your parts. I'm okay with not having boobs. We all have our thing. It's okay. I'm okay with it. Thank you, though, Samba. The hell, totally offended. What the heck? Oh, that must be Star. Oh, damn, you got to tell us, give us the deets, aka details. I guess we just want our yeah, I guess you do, huh? You just want your butt. um Tam, whoa, where did Tam say? Love that we have this tribe and so nice that you support us like that. We should all go check out Speak My Truths page. And anyone who hasn't liked this video, they should be and should and subscribe. That's right, guys. If you haven't liked this video yet, make sure you are liking it right now. Help this algorithm. Click, 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 click. And yeah, you know what? Also, guys, if you have a YouTube channel, an Instagram, a Facebook, share it. Share it. This is not about me. I tell you guys all this time. This is about an us, not a me. So please do. If I can support you, if I can share things with you, if you can share things you've grown and learned with, please do. You can do it here or after the video ends, put it in the comments. I would even prefer it in the comment section because if you do that, then I am able, like more people can even see it because people have to scroll through the comments to watch it here. But over there, it's easy to spot. So please do share your YouTube channel. Please do share. It's not going to let you share the link. It's going to send it to like it's going to send it somewhere for me to like approve, but I will approve it. I just don't approve in general because a lot of times it's like though what are those people called, the trolls. Okay, the trolls, they'll put like porn links on there, so I already have all links blocked, but I can approve the link if I want to. So go ahead and share your YouTube channel, share your Instagram, share your Facebook. Okay, because I want to be able to support you and we can all grow together, guys. Let's see. Oh, can you post my website link? Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Of course I can. You should sponsor people in the community section via their links. I know eventually at some point it'll be something that, you can make money by, sponsoring other people and stuff like that. But if you've been with me all this time and you've been with me from the beginning or like, from now, you are my family. We support each other. We're there for each other. So none of that. Not on my time. All right, let's see what else we have here. I would join you on Facebook for that because I don't really know how to meditate. We should do one together. That would be awesome. Do you guys want me to do a meditation type of Wednesday? Let me know. We can talk about all the details about meditation, different techniques, different styles, because meditation is not just a simple, like, let's close our eyes and meditate. Yeah, that's one. But there's so many other things that we can try. And we can go through a few if you guys like and see what resonates with you. What you guys like? We can do like mini versions of meditation. And let me know. Let me know what you guys want. Let's see. So you're gonna write star because you can. Hey Kay, how are you? I wake up with anxiety too and have to ground myself because busy days are stressful, but also when you're feeling everything, it's harder. Oh my God, it's so much harder. So much harder. To this morning, I felt so overwhelmed that when I left to go to work, I literally made it to the second stop sign and I had to stop and I was parked there and I go, where was I going again? And like my brain just couldn't process. I couldn't even like, I was like, I know I'm going to work, but whose house am I going to? Like, and then I was like, okay. And I figured it out. I was like, what day is it today? Okay, today's Wednesday. On Wednesdays, I see who, and I had to, yes, I totally get it, Kay. Like sometimes when we wake up with this anxiety, it's so hard to even process thoughts. Like to even like, I have a to-do list right here, right? And as I finish my to-do list, I cut off the page, right? But as you see, I have to-do lists every day, you know? You can see that right there. I'm all the way over here right now. This is what my to-do list looking right now. This is like where we're at right now. Oh, you can't see it. Oh, there we go. Here you go. So this is my to-do list right now, right? More to-do list. And then I have my to-do list here. And then I get my to-do list on my phone. And then I have little notes I keep everywhere in this book. And if I didn't do that, I wouldn't know what the heck to do. And even with all that, like this morning, I was literally just staring at my book and I was like, I don't even know where to get started. I don't even know what to do. Like, I could not even process. And this is coming from somebody who practices meditation regularly, who practices, the eating right. A little secret. I'm actually even on medication now for depression. Why? Because I've tried it all and everything worked, but only to a certain level. And what I realized is my chemicals were off. They just weren't. And while I'm not one to say, go take medication, I'm definitely one to say, explore all your options. Don't be afraid to explore the options that you have accessible, whether that's spiritual or whether it's Eastern medicine or Western medicine. Explore your options and do what is best for your own health, your mental health. So that's going to be huge. So this is coming from somebody who is actively working on it. And I still get like this. I know you out there, one of you guys, some of you guys, all of you guys are going through stuff too. And it doesn't hurt to have each other. And it doesn't hurt to learn from each other. And like the creator mentioned earlier, he mentioned something I didn't even think of that I do for my kids, but I don't do for myself. And it's a good idea, but I didn't even think of it. So I'm glad that they brought it up, that he brought it up. And if you guys have other ideas, you guys bring it up too. So that way we can learn from each other. Okay. Oh, my water. I love my water. Okay. Let's see what else we get here. Yes, I mind the boob sweat. So what's your solution, Ashley? Do you put toilet paper? Let's see, fine. Is this what we do? We just put toilet paper like that? How do we deal with boob sweat? Is it under? I don't know. I don't even know. How do we do this? Oh, goodness. I'm your Facebook friend. It's me, Hector. Oh, okay. Well, thank you for letting me know. See, you guys, if you are on Facebook and you come join me over here on YouTube, you got to let me know. Because otherwise, how am I supposed to know? Our names on Facebook and our names on YouTube are not the same. So you guys leave me guessing over here. So welcome. Do we have spammers over here? I've been with you for a long time. Your yes, medication. Super organized. And girl, I need it. I need it to get as many thoughts. Another thing, I don't know if you guys also know this, but I have ADHD. So if I don't write it down, it didn't happen. If I don't write it down, it ain't gonna happen. So it's my boyfriend actually showed me this video. It was a TikTok video, and he's like, "Oh my God, this is so you, babe." And I don't know if you've ever seen it. I wish I had it so I can show you guys. But it's like the girl's brushing her teeth, and she's like, "Oh, I gotta do laundry. I gotta take the clothes out of the dryer." And she's like, "Oh yeah, but no, I gotta finish brushing my teeth. Oh, but if I don't do it now, I'm gonna forget. Okay, I'm gonna go." And then she comes back. It's like, okay, no, washer. What was I gonna do? Washer. Okay, go do that now. So then she goes, and then she comes back, and she's like, "What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was brushing my teeth. Wait, where's my toothbrush? Where did I leave it? Oh wait, I stopped at the sink." Okay, and it's like that's my brain, all the time. I'm like, in a million places. So yes, those things are needed. Let's see what else we have over here. I need to create a to-do list. Everything is in my head. Talking about all this to-do list and getting organized and all that jazz. Guys, again, Maria Official, um, Joanna Maria Official. She also has videos on that. There was one that I really liked. I shared it on my Facebook. It was a long time ago, but it was about, oh my goodness, I'm moving all this around. Okay, let's try this. Okay, here we go. It was about getting organized and how, like, when we try to multitask, we actually get less things done. And let me tell you what, I multitask all the time. I'm literally working on the computer, listening to something, writing something else down. Like, I am always multitasking. Hey, I see someone on Facebook. Come join us. Come join us. We're over here on YouTube at Celestial Guidance by Bebe. So come hang out with us while we continue to talk about our mental health and all that jazz. And apparently also toilet paper in our boobs. I saw that comment. Oh goodness. I'm such a notebook enthusiastic. Laugh a lot. I have several to-do lists too. I should show you then, girl. You want to see something? Let me show you something. Hold on. Did you say notebook enthusiastic? This is for every subject in my life. I kid you not. We have here to-do list. We have here, let's see, this one is YouTube stuff. This one is what you call it? Doodling. This one is like financial stuff. This is more of just like journaling. This one looks like, again, more YouTube, more investigation. This one is more about like schooling, learning. Is this what you look like too, Tammy? Okay, I'm back. So yeah. Lisa says, one thing I need to focus on more is journaling, as well as, where did you go? Meditation lately. I've been so overwhelmed. Journaling, I wish I could say I did it as often as I should. I always have to remind myself to get back to it. Now, I journal a lot, but I wish I journaled every day, and I don't. I journal maybe twice a week, 3 times a week, but not every day. I wish I did. I haven't done a to-do list or journal entry in a month, and it's not good. Hey, Tiffany. Well, welcome. How are you doing tonight? I've been trying to reach out to Andrea Tulis, and she never responds to my text, but sees it. And we used to talk a lot, but no, I feel like she's ghosting now. Your thoughts, BB? I'm just agitated. Maybe she's setting her boundaries. Maybe she feels overwhelmed with the energies. Here's the thing. You have a strong energy about you, which is not a bad thing, but it could be overwhelming for people. And that is something that sometimes people feel overwhelmed with me, and they feel the need to like back off, and that's fine. And I have to respect that. So when I do find that I am pursuing someone, like a close friend of mine who's been ghosting me for a little bit, and I reach out and say, look, I love you, I miss you, and you've been ghosting, so I'm going to stop bothering you now, and just know that I'm here if you are ever ready to communicate. and they actually gave me a little heart. So I said, "You do love me. Okay, I'll let you go. You get in touch whenever you're ready." And I left it at that. And actually, it's so funny that you're bringing that up because that actually happened to me today. I won't mention any names, but they're not here. But yeah, I had that conversation just today. I was like, man, it's been like a couple months now. I've been reaching out and nothing. Samba says, it's very good to come together and share love. It sure is. Tammy says, you have to do what's best for you and you know yourself better than anyone else. Trust your intuition. Yes, I'm Facebook friend and YouTube. I'm so happy with you guys joining on YouTube because this way we can interact more. Oh my gosh. Samies. I have ADHD too. I am the same. I can't remember anything. It's because we have so much going on at the same time that it's hard for us to narrow it down to one thing. So like sometimes if I'm speaking to somebody and I don't want to I don't want to interrupt myself, I close my eyes so that I can get my words through, my thoughts through, whatever, before they disappear on me. I am same. I can't remember anything. I get so absorbed in whatever I'm doing, I completely forget to eat sometimes. Ooh, that's not good, but definitely been there. Thanks, BB. I just subbed to Joanna's Maria Official. I'm so happy you did. You are not going to regret it. And now we can share our experiences together. And when I'm talking about different videos, you guys are going to know about it. And I don't even know if she knows how much I support her channel. We are like we know each other through Creator Circle, and she does I have her phone number, and sometimes I send her a message, just a private message saying, you know what, just want you to know that all your hard work is seen and that is actually helping and impacting a life for real, because it really does help me. And so I just wanted her to know, because there's a lot of YouTube channels that you just support just because you just want to be there for the person, but they don't really make an impact in your life. And then there's other channels that really do, like her channel, like Auntie Cookie Time. I know it's a kid channel and she's just reading stories for kids and all that stuff. But dude, I'm a little kid myself and I love that stuff. And it does impact my life because I share this with my daughter. And as much as she rolls her eyes at me because it's not like Minecraft or, her, what are those other kid games that they're playing now? Adopt Me and stuff like that. She sits with me and she'll listen to it, and we'll do the bedtime stories that Auntie Cookie Time does. And so it gives me bonding time with my kids, or at least with my daughter. So there's channels like that that do make a huge impact on me. And I'm so happy to have them. Let's see. Love the collections of notebooks. I have one for every category too. You gotta show me yours, girl. Send me a message on Facebook or on CC Plus. I want to see it. I journal every day. I send out daily reports as a text. Cool. Of fake book post. Okay. I do have a strong energy. I mean, the situation has been going on for months. It's been almost half a year. That's, well, I can say half a year, but it's been at least 3 months for my case or something like that. Maybe more. I don't know. It's been a little bit. But you don't know what's going on in their life. You don't know if the reason why it's you or the reason why it's because they're going through something. Like I have other people who I can't say I've ghosted, but I'll say that I've now maintain my distance from them. And it has nothing to do with them. It has everything to do with the fact that right now, this is my focus. My life consists of this, growing this business, growing myself, developing my spirituality, it takes a lot to do these readings all the time and stuff. You got to stay centered, you got to stay focused, you got to meditate. You catch my drift, right? I need to stay grounded. My healing has to come in first priority. If I'm going to help you, I have to help me. And sometimes that means I don't have the energy to give to somebody else. I don't know if Brittany's still here, but this is something else that she is phenomenal at. She is amazing at saying no when she has to. When she feels like she doesn't have the energy to give to somebody else, she just says, I'm sorry, I don't have the energy to give to you today because I need it for myself. Goodbye. See you later. I love you. Talk to you tomorrow. And that is something that's so admirable about her, to be able to say, no, I can't. I have to take care of me. It takes me a long time to get there. Like, not like, just being honest. It takes me a long time for me to get to the point where I say no. I'm always like, okay, okay, fine, fine, okay. I am so laid back about things. And the truth is that, um, no, it's a complete sentence. It is. We got to use it more often when we're setting those boundaries. And that's part of the boundaries that we should be setting. No, I don't got time for you. And not because of anything of you. You are not the problem. The problem is that I have a life going on and that I need to take time for me and protect my energy and heal myself. And I don't have extra to give, even if it's positive, even if it's a positive interaction. You know, I don't know if there's anybody here who's an introvert. And as extrovert as you see me, I am kind of an introvert in some ways too. And what what makes us an introvert is that we get drained by other people's energies. And it's draining to be around other people, even with positive experiences. And that's something that sometimes people don't understand. And I don't know if this is the case or not, creator, but I know that this has been the case for me. It doesn't matter if my experience with that person is going to be a bomb diggity blast at the club, having a great time. My energy field might just be too full to be able to handle that. And it has nothing to do with the amazing people that I could be hanging out with or talking to. It just has to do with me. So take that into consideration as well, that it might not have nothing at all to do with you, that they're not contacting you because of them or what they might be going through. Hey guys, if you haven't already liked this video, please do like this video. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe to this tribe so that we can continue to grow and be a family over here where we are here for each other. And of course, don't forget that I do come live every Monday and every Saturday to do free and donation-based readings. Those donation-based readings is what helps me stay live and continue to do this on a full-time basis. As a matter of fact, just an FYI, maybe I shouldn't be saying this, but we have had so many issues with the internet, as you guys know, that it looks like we're going to have to level up to a business internet service. That's a pricey cost there, buddy. And that's going to have to come from the money that is made from the donations. So please do come and do support the channel by simply watching, simply giving a like. That's going to move this algorithm around and it's going to let others know that you guys are having a good time here. And if you can donate, blessings to you, because this is my job full time, guys. This is what I do. I do psychic readings on lives, on private time frames. This is what I do. And it's really appreciated when you guys are able to help in that way. And if you can help by just sharing or help by just liking or help by just watching, every single one of those things brings this channel to move forward and forward and forward. So you don't have to waste a penny to support the tribe. So thank you guys in advance and make sure you are joining us. Okay. Let's see. Let me look more at the comments. What do we have here? My daily journal gets posted on Facebook. Ashley, I love you and I miss you. People ask me, where do I get all the posts? I tell them I create them. I'm actually, even though I post on Facebook, I don't actually scroll through Facebook, so I haven't really seen them. It's very rare that I do. Auntie Cookie story time. Oh my God, I'm crying. Ah, I didn't even know you were watching. I thought you left. Thank you so much. Well, I love you and we love you. And I really do appreciate the work you put in. And like I said, I wish your YouTube channel allowed me to leave comments more often because um, you do such a great job. And I just really love it. So thank you. Thank you for making the effort and for continuing to come around even when you felt discouraged. So I appreciate that. Minecraft and Fortnite. Yeah, they gave up on Fortnite. Thank goodness. That was taking up all of my money. Um, like you, BB, you give so much love. Aw, thank you. I try. Um, okay, let's see. I'm still waiting on my IS rug and my 5 elemental pentacle and oh my goodness, all kinds of other stuff you're waiting on. Yes, I told Josh one night, I can feel your negative energy. I'm getting in the bath and I can't accept your stuff. That's good. That was good. And you know what? Another thing that you're talking about baths. I'm glad you brought that up. Another thing you guys can do, but if you are home, I know this topic has been more for if you're in public, but if you are home on like a bath, I won't say Epsom salt bath, but I will say like if you can do a salt bath, if you and there, I'll tell you why not an Epsom salt bath. I found out something just recently. I was like, oh, all this time I've been doing Epsom salt baths. Um, but I'll tell you why not. But anyhow, essential oil baths, herb baths, warm bath, bubble bath, any kind of bath. But I'll tell you why the Epsom salt bath not necessarily. While it's not that it's a bad thing, it's actually like trickery. So salt draws out toxins, but it also has magnesium. The Epsom salt has magnesium, and magnesium pulls in. So you're in a bathtub, right? Thinking, oh, I'm going to get rid of all these toxins out of my body. I know I did for sure, forever, because that's what we've all been taught, right? And what happens? The toxins get drawn out and the toxins get pulled right back in that same bath. And so what do? We go and we buy more Epsom salt because we feel a little better, but we didn't get enough. We have to do it again. Those little stinkies, how dare they? Look at us tricking. Look at them tricking us like that. But now you know. So you can do just salt, or you can do essential oils and salt, or you can do essential oils, or you can do herbs. All kinds of goodies. I just smoke in a hot tub in a hot bath. That works too. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. I did that one this morning too. I did definitely have to take a little hit of that marigold marrow. Mary. Sometimes you have to pull all the tools from the toolbox. Salt, baking soda, borax. You know what? I don't do borax. I'll tell you why. If you have pets, just know that you have to be very, very careful because that, like, if a dog ingests that, that's deadly. And also with xylitol, I don't know if you're aware of that. If you are chewing gum and you spit it out and your dog chews it or another dog chews it and swallows it, that dog can die within 30 minutes of ingestion. Like it's so bad that if I'm in a neighborhood, because I didn't know this before, and so out of habit, you spit out your gum out the window when you're driving. If I spit out my gum out of the window and I'm in a neighborhood where I know people walk their dogs, I'm like, damn it. I pull over and I walk my pretty butt back to that gum and I pick it up and I put it in the wrapper and I throw it out in a trash. Just, I know nothing to do with anything we've talked about, but if you love pets and you don't want them to die, be a little extra careful with borax and be a little extra careful with xylitol, which is in gum. Okay, guys. So it's a sweetener. In case you guys don't know what it is a sweetener. So it's like a replacement for sugar. All right, let's see who else is here. What's going on? This was my journal for today. A, what I love about dating is finding out all of the interesting things that the new person is. B, what I love about a mystery is shining my light into the uncovered darkness. C, what I love about being human is being submerged in the moment. Nice. I like C. What I love about being human is being submerged in the moment. Um, Try getting raw sea salt. I don't, do I get raw sea salt? I don't know if I've never bothered to look if the salt I get is raw. Auntie cookies, storytime salt, and baking soda and borax, is that the recommended cleansing bath? That's for you, Auntie Cookie Time. Today, I will look at myself as if I'm the object of my affections because I will shine my light on the mystery that I am. Okay, give me a second, guys. Okay, guys, I'm going to take a quick time out as I need to make sure my daughter's in bed. Okay, so just chill for just a second, talk with each other. I'll be right back. What a good girl. She's such a good girl. She's sleeping with her puppy. Okay. Let me let him know that she's in bed. And we're good. Okay, let's see. Where are we? Today, I will look at myself as if I'm the object of my affection because I am, and I will shine my light on the mystery that I am. I am Mary Jean. Yep, Mary Jane. I will get deeply into the rhythm of what is the I that is flowing in the moment. I have a question for you about today, Bebe. How did you do it? So let me know. What do you mean? How did I do what? Because I did a lot of things and I've mentioned pretty much everything that I did today on how to get myself out of that mental and emotional place that I was. I did several things from the chi machine to the affirmations to some grounding. I went outside and got a little bit of sun. I didn't have a lot of time, so I did like 3-4 minutes of that. Hey, anything is better than nothing. I did the Mary Jane. I did when I say I am determined to not feel the way I feel, I really mean I'm determined. I try, and then if that doesn't work, I try something else. If that doesn't work, I try something else. And the thing about it is this: it's not that one thing is what helped. Is that a collection of doing these things together is what works. So sometimes we don't just need an affirmation. Sometimes we need an affirmation and a meditation. Sometimes we need an affirmation, a meditation, and a journaling. So when you are trying different things at home, don't do one thing and give up and say, "Oh, it doesn't work." It just means that have you guys seen like Lilo and Stitch, right? And they have like let me see. So this is like Lilo. Okay, guys. Okay, sorry, I can't draw for crap. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I feel so bad for Lilo right now. I mean, Stitch. I'm drawing Stitch. This is my Stitch. Oh God. Okay, sorry, I can't draw for crap here. This is my stitch, right? And so, you know, this is like, this is your stress levels, right? So our stress levels, we wake up and they're already there, right? So they're already all the way to the top and we just woke up. So what do? We go and let's get another marker and we do something to de-stress, right? We do something, we take one of the tools out of the box. So I grab my selenite and I'm like, okay, I feel a little better. Okay, that's good. But I'm still here. So then I'm gonna do some breathing work. So I do some breathing work and I get a little better. And then I'm like, okay, I feel much better, but I can still feel it in my bones. So what am I going to do now? Right. And so then I'm like, okay, let me get some sun. And so I feel a little better. And you do things. And sometimes your stress level is not here. Maybe your stress levels are here. Right. So you only have to do one or two. But you see what I'm getting at? So just like the little stitch figure that I just drew to give you an example, sometimes we can just do one thing and sometimes we have to do it all. And sometimes we have to do everything and we still find that no matter how much we do, we still find ourselves the next day in that same place. And if that's the case, as I said, don't be afraid to look at all your options, whether it's Eastern medicine, meditation, affirmations, essential oils, herbs, or Western medicine therapy, spoken therapy, or physical therapy like massage, or doing something like getting on medication. Don't be ashamed, okay? Don't be ashamed to do whatever you need to do to benefit you, to help you, okay? You need to come first. You can't help anyone else if you can't help yourself. All right, let's see what else we have here. Would you send me luck and good fortune and commerce my way in working from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. A street vendor. SP getting off early due to my YouTube videos and then Facebook Live. Okay. So guys, let's send the creators some positive energy and some good luck. Let's take 2-3 seconds just to do that all together. Let's rub our hands, and let's send that out. May creator make lots of money tomorrow as a street vendor. May he have great luck and have a wonderful day. Send you with so much blessings as above, so below, as within, so without. So mote it be. All right. Good night, creator. So we have, well, I never knew gum is deadly to pets. I don't have pets. Yeah, it is. Well, not all gum, but the gum that is sugar free, it normally has it. Read the labels. It'll say it on there. Xylitol is also in some peanut butters, apparently. So be careful if you give doggies peanut butter. Whoa, I wasn't even aware of that. See, just learned something new. I saw electrifying. I was electrified. I was electrifying for me. What? Checking on my niece, La Follow. Honey, yeah, she was such a good girl. She was already in bed. Um, Shay says, okay, my hands felt like electricity was in them. Oh, okay. Are you okay? Was everything okay? Oh, here we go again. Let's, I see what's going on here. Remove. Okay. We are supposed to pretend we have amnesia. I wrote how I look at my I am. How did you do it? Oh, okay. I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't. I didn't. I did feel like the message was for me as well, and I wanted to do it, but with the levels of anxiety and stress that I've been feeling lately, and the levels of overwhelm that I've been feeling, I didn't. It's taken everything of me to just stay balanced, to make sure I think of all the things that I have to do to make sure that I stay on track. Um So for me, this right here, my time with you guys, this is therapy. Right now, my time with you guys, this is, as I said to Hannah, this is as much therapy for you guys, as much learning for you guys as it is for me. This is mutual. Here we go with more trolls. Let's see if we can ban them. Okay, we got them. Let me get this. Let me ban them too. Okay, perfect. Um, That's why my goal now working that's my goal now, working on all my mental and physical stuff while still trying to figure out my next steps. Can't help the kids if I can't help myself. Yes, and don't forget, Ashley, that you do have a support system. And something that I do want to bring up to you. Hold on, I got a little something in my leg. I don't know what it is, but it's pokey. Hmm, I don't know. It moved. Okay. Something that I do want to bring up, Ashley. Um, Remember when, and this is not just for you, Ashley, this is for everybody. Remember that your words have power. Remember that what you say, you can create, especially if you feel what you say. So, whenever you have a negative thought, don't write it down unless you're about to burn that piece of paper. Do not put it on Facebook, unless it's a moment of like, okay, I'm just going to vent. But the reason why I say that is because when you write this stuff down, you are affirming this in your life as truth, as yours. You're owning it. And this is how you're going to continue to feel. And this is what you're going to continue to bring into your life. And it doesn't mean we don't have these thoughts. It just means we need to not own them. Even just today, you know, with everything I was feeling, every time I was like, I feel so overwhelmed. And I would say, but I got this. I got this. And I would, every so often, because I was feeling so overwhelmed, a thought would pop into my head like, oh, my life sucks. And then I would say, no, it doesn't. Your life doesn't suck. It really doesn't. You're just having a moment. You're right. I'm just having a moment. Call me crazy because I talk to myself. All right. I don't care. Call me crazy. But you know what? I will continue to talk to myself because I will continue to check myself because we don't have a little Jimmy Cricket over here talking to us, telling us, check yourself, fool. Okay. No, we have to be that little voice. We got to be our own little Jiminy Cricket and we got to check ourselves when we find ourselves talking crap to ourselves. Okay. We've got to be that one because we could have a support system. We can have friends and we can have us. We can have each other. But I'm not with you 24/7. No one is with you 24/7. You know who's with you 24/7? You. So you know who has to check you? You. So what does it take? It takes you to want to check you. It takes courage. It takes strength. It takes patience. It takes being fed up of being fed up. It takes you to say, screw it. I am done with feeling this way. I am done with living this type of life. I am done with thinking this way. It takes you. So it is not easy. And it's going to take 1,000 gazillion, a billion tries. But that doesn't mean that you fail because you have to try again. It means you have more practice on how to get it right. You're learning one more way on how not to do it. You know, Einstein said something along those lines too. It's stuff that, the reality of life is that it's not easy. The reality of life is that we have to heal our own selves if we ever want to really truly manifest things in life. The healthier I am mentally, emotionally, and physically, the easier and more I am able to create in my life, the more money, the more things I can bring into my life. This house that I have, that I live in right now, I live in a 3,500 square footage. I manifested this. This is in my scripting. This is in my journals. But did I do that when I was in a low place in my life? No, I didn't. I did it when I was in a good place in my life. But how did I get there? Through a lot of work, through a lot of checking myself, through a lot of being determined to not go down that route, even if that meant that I had to get on medication. And trust me, it wasn't my first to go to. It wasn't going to be ever my to go to. I will always try to find a natural way. But if there isn't, or I've tried everything and I just don't know one, I'm not going to be ashamed of doing what I have to do to better myself, to work on myself. And if that means that that's what I have to do, that's what I have to do. And I'm not going to come out here and pretend I have it all pulled together, because the truth is that I don't. And I think that anybody who comes out to pretend they have it all pulled together, the truth is that there's something they're not showing you. Because who here has everything in their life pulled together? Their love life, their career life, their family life, their personal life, their emotional, life with themselves, their self-worth, their self-esteem. Who here has everything together? Anybody? I know I don't. I don't think I know a single person who does. And you know why? Because we're humans. We come to this earth to have this human experience. We come to this earth to experience the negative, to appreciate the positive, to grow, to learn, to experience. So let's do it. Let's be humans. Let's grow, let's learn, let's experience. Okay, I went on another tantrum. I'm sorry, guys. Back to you guys. All right. Let's see. I send out love and good fortune to all reading this. I'm open to express my true self. Thank you, Samba. An old lady in the islands told me will be there's nothing will be denied to a woman that baths in a 7 leaves bath. Okay, well, you know what? Do you know what the 7 leaves are? 7 fresh herbs, plants, pray over them, powerful bath. Tell us which they are. Okay, here they are. I used rosemary, cilantro, thyme, culantro, basil, and sage, and one more. Bath 3 days. Okay, I don't know about you guys, but I'm taking a picture of that. You guys can screenshot it. Let's take a picture, because I want that, As I said, we learn from each other. And if there's something for me to learn from you, I will take it, baby. Ashley says, I have nonstop dialogue going on in my head. I feel you. Awesome. I love to hear that. I have a stuffed Jiminy Cricket right next to me. La Fala. Oh my God. Well, unless he's going to start talking to you, girl, you need to be talking to you. You need to be checking yourself. That's so funny. There's a YouTube video that says talking to yourself is a sign of genius. I might have saved it in my playlist. Welcome to share it on the comments. Again, guys, for YouTube channels, Facebook things, Instagram, share it in the actual comments after the live, so that we can all find it so much easier versus looking at it here. Let's see what else we have. My dad raised me to be my worst enemy, so I've been trying to unlearn it. Damn. That's a tough one. Bebe, you give such good positive advice. Big hugs. Bebe, you are such a beautiful soul. Thank you, Lisa. Big hugs for you. Girl, it just comes from our stories. I'm sure if you spoke about your stories, you would also have lots for others to learn and grow from. Every single one of you. I'm sure you do. We all learn and grow from each other. I'm allergic to cilantro. Well, then don't use cilantro. Use a different herb that is also equally as powerful. I took a screenshot also. Thank you, Auntie Cookie, for sharing that. Okay, so in conclusion today, let's wrap this up by talking real quick, because all this has led to this topic that I wanted to end this with, which was self worth, self love. All right. In order for anything to work, in order for your Jiminy Cricket to work, in order for the meditation, the affirmations, for any of this to work, for it not to be just toxic positivity, you know what you need? You need to love yourself. And well, what's the answer to that? How do we do that? How do we love ourselves? How do we go get to the point in our life where we feel worthy enough to force ourselves to take the time to work on ourselves? When our whole life we haven't felt worthy enough. You know, um, I I started modeling, professionally modeling at the age of 4. And I modeled in the 90s and 80s. So in the 80s and the 90s, I know I have a lot of youngsters, so you might not know this, but in the 80s and the 90s, what was cool was to be a stick. If you were a stick, you were beautiful. And so that is the image that I had to abide by. And that led to me having anorexia. And again, I've been seeing a psychologist since I was 5 for many reasons. Many reasons. My life could be a soap opera. And maybe it will be one day a YouTube soap opera. But um, pretty much, I was taught to not love who I was. I was taught that I needed to look a certain way to be loved, that I needed to be a certain way to be loved. Luckily for me, I did have a rebellious heart from the get go. I was born just simply going against the grain. I've always just known who I was deep down inside and felt the need to follow that. But I wasn't, you know, shut off from the world and not able to be impacted by it. I am an empath, right? And I can feel how people feel around me. And I was so skinny. My family used to say, I'll have to say it in Spanish because that's how they used to say it, but I'll tell you what it means in English. It says, they would used to say, flaca, tírame un hueso, which means skinny, throw me a bone. That's exact translation. And that's what they used to call me because I was literally sticks and bones of how thin I was. But that was supposed to be beautiful, right? Well, what happens when you start going through puberty and your body starts to develop and you're no longer a stick, then you're no longer beautiful. Then if you're no longer beautiful, then people are not going to love you. If people don't love you, how can you start losing your self-worth? That's my story. All of you guys have your own story, right? So how do we get there? I'll tell you a few, but this can be a whole Wednesday of its own. I'll tell you a few things real quick. How did I learn to love myself? I forbid myself to talk crap about myself. Every time I looked at myself in the mirror and I thought something negative, because I did, I would look at myself in the mirror and be like, ugh. It was my natural reaction to be disgusted with the way I looked. I would say, no, 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 you can't do that. No, apologize. No, I love you. That's not acceptable. I love you. And I would do that over and over again. But let me tell you a little secret about all that. You know when I started that? How old am I? I'm 38, 39. I started that 2 years ago. That's it. 2 years ago. That's how long it's been since I've learned to love myself. You know who had a big role on that? Elsa. Elsa had a huge role on me loving myself. And I know this sounds really bizarre to a lot of you, but the song Show Yourself, it was a song that really helped me from Frozen 2 because I was ready to meet my true self. I was ready to love myself. I was ready. I just didn't know how to. And so I just continued to tell myself, you can't, you no more talking bad about yourself. That's enough. You've done it your whole life. That's enough. And I would tell myself something positive every time I'd say something negative. And I would do eye to eye meditation with myself. So the way this consists of is you put a mirror in front of you and you get completely naked in the privacy of your own bathroom, room, whatever. And you look at yourself in the mirror and you say, I love you as you are. I accept you as you are. You are beautiful as you are. Sorry, I'm getting a little emotional. And you say this to yourself over and over and over again. And I would say it to myself in the dark with the candle on so I can see myself in front of the mirror. And I'd say it over and over again. And then I would do, there's other things I would do, but those two, I would sing that Show Yourself song and I'd cry and cry and cry. And I'd forgive myself for all the crap I put myself through, for all the negative things I said to myself, for all the love I didn't show myself, for all the times that I let myself be used because I didn't feel that I was worthy. Again, could go a whole other live just talking about this. But those are some things that you can do, some very powerful things. And know that none of the other things are going to work unless you believe you're worthy of it. So if you're trying all these other things and you don't feel worthy of it, just know that's why they're not working. You're trying to manifest things in your life and you don't really feel that you deserve that $1,000. Don't expect them to show up. If you don't really feel that you deserve a better home, don't expect it to show up. You need to feel worthy of it before you ever can expect it to show up in your life in real time. So I want to end the night on those terms. If you are watching me on Facebook, thank you guys so much for watching me, for being here, for hanging out, for all the love that you have shared. And make sure that you are joining us on YouTube at Celestial Guidance by Bebe. And also know that I am going to try to start going live on Tuesdays on Facebook for you guys to give you guys a free reading. I want to try to do them around 8:30 p.m. for about 30 minutes. They won't be very long, but if you get to join, I will be doing them free and donation based. Until next time, guys, I will see you guys later and have a good night. And now, with you guys here on YouTube, I'm going to take a look at the comments real quick. And then after this, we will call it a night. I want to see what you guys had to say. All right, let's see. Where were we? I really have learned a lot from you, Bebe. That's an honor to hear you say that. It really is. It really is, because I know you're very wise. Crystal, any 7 leaves herbs you are drawn to. Ooh, that's even better. 7 leaves that you're drawn to. I'm going to see about picking my 7 tonight. Oh my goodness, where did my comments go? Okay, there they are. Let's see. Samba says, I enjoyed all of togetherness we shared here, family. Thank you. And thank you, Samba, for showing up and hanging out with us this whole time. Tiffany says, real thin. Yes, it went into the early 2000s with the Paris Hilton look. Yep. Thank you for your honesty and being open. You're so motivating. I think that if we all have anything to learn from each other, we have to be honest. We have to be an open book. We really do. Like, if I pretend, like, it's interesting. I know, okay, I know I said I was going to end this, but okay, I want to say one more thing. I always wondered what was my story. I've known who I am from the get go. I never had an issue with speaking up. I never had an issue with standing my ground. Um, I've always just believed in magic. I've been doing readings since I was in elementary. Like, literally. I would get like deck of like playing cards, and like, I would read tarot for people. I've been connected to the earth since I was born. I can't think back enough a time where where I wasn't pagan in my heart, where I wasn't connected to nature, where I wasn't spiritual, where I wasn't, you know, talking to animals. When I was little, I would literally try to train myself to breathe underwater because I wanted to be the little mermaid. that's that's why I love my little mermaid so much, because I love my little mermaid. I wanted to be a mermaid too, and I was like, she's so right. I bet on land they don't reprimand their daughters. Boy, she was wrong. We get yelled at all the time. Anyhow, I always wondered what was my story. What did I have to offer? What do I have to share? Like, I don't have that same experience where, oh, well, I came into spirituality and awakening and this was my journey. No, I kind of always been awakened. I've always just knew. So, what would be my story? And then I realized, human. I'm human. That's my story. That I'm not perfect. That I don't have it always pulled together. But I have my toolbox, and I can share my toolbox with you guys. That my story is that I have been anorexic, that I've been homeless, that I have gone through so much and I have learned through so much, that I have experienced the death of my father. My father died when I was 5. That I know what it's like to not mourn for 30 years. That I have a story, and my story is just my life. And unless you were born and raised in a crystal ball, you have a story, and you had your life, and you had your experience. So you also have something to share with the world. So just think about that. Think about that. Somehow your story can be helping somebody else out, whether it's on a personal note or on a bigger scale, like I want to do. Share the love, share your experience, because it might make somebody else not feel so alone. So that's what I'll end it with, guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. Are you related to that hottie Jeremy Meeks? No, I'm not. I am not related. Actually, my last name Meeks is my ex-husband's last name. I kept it because of my son being Joey Meeks, and I didn't think I would ever have more kids because I never wanted kids in the first place. So I was pretty much, my kids chose me. They told me they chose me. So I have children because the universe decided that I needed to have them to set me straight and put me in the, put me on the path that I needed to be. Again, more stories for other times. And that's where my last name comes from. My actual birth last name is Ruiz, 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 and it's my Cuban last name. Thank you for your honesty and being open. You're so motivating. You're beautiful, BB, inside and out. Thank you, Tammy. Um, guess that's why nothing has changed yet. Sad to say it, but it's true, babe. But it's true. Now I'm going to listen to that song. So much and much love. Yeah, listen to it. Like, especially there's a part where her mother says, You are the one you've been looking for. And then Elsa says, all of my life. Ooh, I can't even say it. Every time I say that line, you are the one. Can you hear me now? Okay. So then, whatever part you didn't hear, you can just pretend this is a pantomime and create your own story in whatever facial expressions I had at that moment. Create your own story. What is it that you needed to hear? Tell yourself at that moment. This is what BB said. And each and every one of you can have your own story on that. All right, guys. All right, guys. It's been almost 3 hours. I was expecting to be live for only an hour and a half. That shows you how much I needed this and how much we all needed this so we can share this moment together. Again, thank you guys so much. If you haven't liked and subscribed yet, please do so at this moment before you leave this video. And also remember that we are live every Monday and every Saturday. Now, this Saturday, I'm going to be working a Yule festival. So I won't be live on Saturday, but I will be live Sunday at 8:30 p.m. as we normally would be going live. Because it is technically a school night, you can expect that I will only be live until about 10:30, 11. Can't be on too late. So I'm going to probably try to be on at 8 on Sunday versus 8:30. But either way, I will only be live until about 10:30, max 11. So keep that in mind. And we will be coming back with uploading videos, I believe, next Wednesday. If there's a topic that you would like me to cover, please let me know in the comments section of this video so that I can create a video or a live that touches on those subjects. As was requested, we will be having a Wednesday live. Don't know exactly when we're going to have it, maybe in January, maybe in February, but we're going to be talking about soulmates, twin flames, soul families, and all that jazz. And that's going to be coming up for a live. If you have any other suggestions, let me know. All right, girl. And guys, thank you again so much for watching. And until next time, I'll be here providing you celestial guidance. Good night, everyone. Good night, guys.